Just before we get started today, I'm going to quickly show you how to make your very own DIY cannon emplacement. What you can do here is you can pop them just in front of these, what do you call them? Oh, we'll call them a fence, right? And you shoot out the top thing, and then you can start firing up at things on the wall. Watch this, boom. Now you're protected from ballistas and things like that from both directions. You can shoot up here. Only thing is, you can't shoot things coming out of the gate because you cannot depress the gun muzzle enough to clear the piece of wood in front of you. Hey boys and girls, it's KnightStalker here. Welcome along today to Quinn Ruin Siege. Check it out. I'm back. We're back from holiday. So we got some videos going again, and it should be a whole bunch of fun. First thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the Chevaliers, and I'm also going to bring with them the little crossbow boys, because these Demesne Arbalests, I've been putting up for a little while to say, hey man, do you want to see a guide on these guys? And nobody did, but now everyone sees the power. So anyway, I'm going to take those and I'm going to charge straight into the enemy's teeth first thing, which they hopefully won't be expecting, and cause some murder. From there, I'm going to take the Prefecture Archers, because even though they're not as good as the gunners, they can do one thing gunners can't. They can shoot over and shoot the gunners in the back. So we're going to do that. And then we've got some Shenjis for whatever comes up. Alright, let's see if this plan works. So did some pretty fun things on holidays. You ever seen a capybara? A little giant rodent thing? They're very friend-shaped. They're very cute. Just real quick, but before I tell you more about my holiday, why don't we just destroy these guys? The charge won't go off because these guys will shoot them, and like any other musket, they'll stop their charge. But of course, look at these guys firing. Look at this ridiculousness. Look at this absolute absurd barrage of doom. And just like that, we're up to nearly 40 kills. Anyway, we're not going to let our meat shields, i.e. the knights. The knights in this unit are definitely a meat shield. The damage comes from the Demesne Arbalests. So what else did I do on holiday? Went a nice helicopter flight around the Wellington region, which is where I live, Wellington, New Zealand. We stayed at the Intercontinental Club Lounge. That was pretty nice. Fancy. We played some spooky mini-golf. All sorts of fun stuff. But anyway, it's good to be back, and as you can see, I'm sounding a lot more positive and better. Okay, so it was a good time to abandon that castle point. We'll stick these guys back here. As long as one or two of them are touching the circle, we won't run out of arrows. What do you think of the skin? This is one of the ones that you got in the most recent event. I very much like it, especially for archers, although the body of the skin plus a few of the helmets work really well together. I've seen some really cool combinations that people have made. Enlarge that, have a quick squiz. So they're all lurking on the castle point. So the biggest challenge of this map is holding on to B. Assaulting this supply point here by the enemy is extremely dangerous. But so is assaulting B. Let's see if we can help. One of the good things about having a ranged unit like the archers is they can shoot over stuff, right? So they can easily move backwards and forwards between the two areas and still provide cover. Plus, 2,000 criticals is not terrible. These archers are not the worst unit. I really, really like them, especially when you're using their arrow rain ability, the number 2. They have a nice curve on their arrows. That really aids sort of in this meta of muskets and things, right? There's always muskets behind the meatballs, and these guys are quite easily capable of shooting over the meat in front and absolutely destroying all the support units behind, particularly gunners. And I'll see if I can pull out a little show like that for you. They also can, they've got nearly Falconetti range too, by the way. So if you ever run into Falconetti, these guys can deal with them, especially if they're shooting from walls. But, they don't have quite, right? But they're useful for hunting, stuff like that. Much better than longbows, I find. The longbow unit I maintain is terrible. And every time I get some comments in the comments section telling me, no, longbows, vessel longbows are not terrible. Yes, they're terrible. Do they have a place? Yeah, sort of. Oh, Falconetti. We'll just destroy what's threatening us first. And we might take a couple of cannonballs if we're not careful. There's 3,000, 3,800 criticals. This unit's great. Oops, looks like we were not careful and took some cannonballs. Really, really like this unit. Highly recommend it as an archer unit. Let's see if we can get those guys at the back. Let's ask for a little bit of help here because we're getting... Oh no, these Prefecture Guard are really good and they will absolutely blatantly murder stuff, except when they charge into braced pikes or braced modal. Right, which our archers should transition onto the... There we go, yep. See how they can get them? But the cavalry will finish them off anyway, so we don't need to worry about that too much. The reason that they stopped firing at those falconetti is because the arrow rain ran out. And the arrow rain has the ability to extend the range of the archers. Very strangely. But they will always prefer to target things within their range first, and then they'll extend out, which is why I was sort of having to wait there. Just feeding us units randomly. Why would you do that? As you can see, they're sort of 320 odd damage, 400 damage there. That's when they're shooting at ridiculously armoured stuff like Iron Reapers. They just cannot damage that sort of unit. Although, Modal, you'd be doing a several hundred. Oh, we better transition. But yeah, I really like this unit. The arrow rain is just nuts. They're the only unit with a natural arrow rain that you don't have to use a doctrine on. Come on, charge me. Come on, charge me. No, 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 no. Yes, charge me. Yes, 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 yes. Watch what? Ah, I'm stuck. Ah, oh, nearly disaster. Oh, there we go. Phew. Okay, Longsword says no. Longsword says to hell with your cavalry. That looked like 300 leadership worth of absolutely nothing. And it's arrow rain at point blank. Oh no! Modal, what are you doing? Those Modal just moved out of place and left all the ranged units hanging. What are they thinking? We only lost a couple though, that's fine. And yeah, look, see, we just can't do a lot of damage to Iron Reapers. Shoot him! Shoot him! Look, 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 look. The Iron Reapers are not the target for these guys. Alrighty, 72 murders so far. Let's see if we can keep this up. This is a good start. We'll try and target some of those muskets behind again, like we were talking about. I can't really see them though, so I'm guessing. Oh, fiery death balls! No, we're not going to play with his balls today. As you can see, we're doing quite reasonable damage with this unit. This unit does do reasonable damage for a light archer unit. We're starting to run out of archers though. When you start to run out of archers and you sort of get these little part units, you can take better risks, or not better risks, different risks with them. See this? Because there's such a small footprint now, we can sort of shoot over this little shield thing here with quite, well, not impunity, but certainly with a lot less problems than before. We'll just stand here and ignore that short bow. This is why they keep buffing short bow, because people just keep ignoring them. Anyway, we're out of ammo. One of the things most light archers will have the issue with is when they run out of ammunition, they think, hey, I've got a knife. Mummy gave me a toothpick and a spoon, and so off they go to fight the Iron Reapers in close combat. It never works out well, so, okay. Timing, 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 timing. We should have the Shenjis out before the next mortar shell lands. Off you go, lads. Where we might get shot in the back by a flaming arrow of doom. Alright, so Shenji Grenadiers. Oh man, with the Keshik nerf and things like that, this is probably one of the more overpowered units in the game currently. The grenade throw is ridiculous, and the follow-up shots are even more ridiculous. Watch this. How is that fair? Just ridiculous. What do we got? 20... Not 20 kills, now about 20 kills in about 10 seconds. All of them high tier units. And we did it with almost no risk to ourselves. Like, we're just gunning down anything that has the foolish nature to just walk into that fire path. Just insanity. Just insanity. Certainly one of the more overpowered units right now, particularly because of the grenade and the accuracy and fire rate bonus or whatever it is that you get when you complete that throw. Anyway, B is being taken, that's not good. I tend to try and top up their grenade ammo as often as possible because you never know when you're going to need a good grenade. Ah! Get away! Get away! Oh, there's a lot of heroes there and not a lot of troops. We won't use those archers. Archers will kind of melt us a little. But you know what? We're going to risk it for the biscuit. There's a lot of exposed heroes here. Alright, throw the biscuit. And decimate. 1 down. 2 down. 3 down. Oh well. We have successfully risked it for the biscuit. Unfortunately, we did get the biscuit, but also we took the risk it like a man as well, because we now have only 4 gunners left. However, 3 hero kills in 3 seconds is nothing to sneeze at. Plus, they've probably got 40 kills already, even though we haven't had them out long. Very, very powerful unit, the Shenji Grenadiers. And the thing you've most got to watch out for when you're using Shenji Grenadiers is check how many ranged units your team already has out. You should never have, like, 5 maybe at the maximum, at the absolute maximum, ranged units or support units out on your team before you're really starting to cripple your team and worsen your chances. Ideally, you probably want something like only 3, you know? It depends what you're doing. Territory war is different to siege, it's different to field battle, but it's always there's always a theory. So in random sieges, you probably don't want more than 3 to 5 ranged units at any one time. No Mr. Pikes, thank you. That's a lot of archers down there. Oh, he's dead. Anyway, what do we say to the god of death? Yes. Off we go, Mr. Nighty Knights. And Nighty Knight Archers. Oh, annoying musket, never mind. We will still shoot the hell out of them. Why are my crossbowmen running in? Guys, why? Oh, that's my mess up. Oh, because I told them to move before I did the charge. Apparently, when you do the move before the charge, the infantry will still carry on with the move command. They won't cancel. Alright, I'll remember that for the future. I've not come across that before. Anyway, what we just want to do is we want to wait for the 2 ability, because the crossbowmen will start firing very, very rapidly when you use that 2 ability. Dug, 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 dug. Oh, but look at this carnage, absolute carnage. You can see they're doing a lot more damage to these Modao and Shenji than they do to, like, Iron Reapers. I guess it's the same for anything, right? But just because of the nature of these crossbows, they do very, very little damage to Iron Reapers. Talking 400 on the back, right? Ooh. That's the issue when you lose the knights. You can no longer see what your crossbowmen are doing. Maybe we'll go for those houndsmen. What do you think? It's probably going to cost me my life. But since I got my life for $9.95 on special at Kmart, it's really not going to be that much of a problem. Oh, that musket took one for the team. Uh-oh. $9.95. Alright, all we've got left is 4 very brave Shenji Grenadiers, but given the clock and the fact that we're spawning all the way at the back and the fact that the enemy have pretty much been massacred, I have next to no hope of scoring any more kills. We'll try. We're going to do it. YOLO. Hello, come out, wherever you are. They're never going to make it. Alright, can we try and maybe help these Iron Reapers kill these heroes? Maybe. Ugh, CC immune. Still CC immune. The poleaxe is gross. Yeah, the poleaxe is so gross. Ah, hey, where's my assist? Oh, well, GG. Hey, that was a huge game. Hey, first game back and we're MVP lined up. We got, what's this? First hero. You don't have to get that as a longsword. Oh, baby. Oh, the medals. All the medals. We did 2.1 and we took 1 million. And the lowest tier unit we killed was blue. Everything was blue. 182 units killed, none of them peasants. None of them even green units. That's ridiculous. Those Shenji's got those absolute fun murders near the end there. Prefecture Archers, look at that, man. 185 leadership unit. Came out way on top. 2,000 unit score murdery thing. This guy did great, 10 kills. Wow, that was pretty good all round, man. Pretty good all round. Congratulations to everybody. Well done, well done. Look at this guy apart from him. Maybe not him. Maybe he was collecting shields or something, I don't know. No, he was just... I bet you he's playing with his friend and he's new. Oh, well, boys and girls, I hope you learned something new or you just enjoyed the battle. Thank you so much for coming to my channel.